I am back with my 2-1 draft deck here. There's a drafting video and there are 3 match videos for this deck, but I figured I would try to do something new. I'm now gonna review the deck, and into this document I will enter what I thought about the cards, and eventually this document will result in a rating of each card based on what I think of them, and I rate in pick order. So something is a 3rd to 5th pick or a 5th to 7th pick. And the first card I'm gonna rate today is Frontline Medic. He is fantastic in, probably fantastic in Boros, less stellar but still very good in Orzhov, and I would say that he is a first pick bomb in Boros and a 1st to 3rd pick in Orzhov. So that's what I think about Frontline Medic based on this initial impression. Let's go on. Depth's Pulpit. Some people rate that really low. Yeah, this guy, watch him rate it. This Dr. Anime, he's giving it 0.0. That's really stupid. LSV is giving it 3.0, and I have already given it a 2nd to 4th pick, and I can pretty much confirm this. Depth's Pulpit was really great. Tapper is great in limiting. A tapper that can't be killed by creature removal is even better. So Depth's Pulpit, 2nd to 4th pick. Pretty good. The Holy Mantle didn't work out the way I hoped it would. Very powerful. Though how powerful? More powerful against decks that are not white or black, which is Gruul. Especially against Gruul, they have a hard time killing it. I think it is a 3rd to 5th pick. It's still a creature enchantment. I'm afraid to go higher than that. Wow, 1000 lashes. Wow, it felt great to cast this spell. This felt better than Stab Wound and better than Arrest. A lot better, actually. And it was exactly the engine that Orzhov needs. And it does ping away, and it does keep an attacker at bay. It negated madcap skills. I'm just amazed at this card, and I will place it. It is the 1st pick, and it's definitely worth splashing for. So we are on to Aerial Maneuvers. It's a combat trick. It's yeah. Don't pick combat tricks too high. This is in format about creatures. An average combat trick, and I would pick it as a 7th to 9th pick, because I much rather have a 2/2 creature most often. But you will need this. You will pick them up. They will come to you. And now we are coming to the tricky removal, such as Devour Flesh. A lot of interesting opinions here about Devour Flesh, but I found it to be quick, decisive. It enabled Death Approach, though I'm not sure that you should play Death's Approach. Gave them lives that didn't matter a lot. I would place it quite high, maybe even higher than this, but it's definitely 3rd to 5th pick or higher. You will always 1 for 1. There are situations where it will not be as good. For example, if a Sunhome Guildmage is giving you fits, and he can protect his other guys against it. What is that card? What was that? Better than Grizzly Spectacle. What can be better than Grizzly Spectacle? Killing Glare. Oh, that was something that Limited Resources actually said. But I doubt it. Grizzly, oh, it's Grizzly. It's not Grizzly like the bear, of course. A clear first pick, I would say. The effect, the incidental mill is that good. It's just, whenever I drew it, I was so amazed. It still costs double black, but I think you got to first pick it, especially with madcap skills being so good. So I'm gonna first pick my Grizzly Spectacles. And I dare you to say otherwise. Please say otherwise and explain to me why you don't want to first pick a Grizzly Spectacle in this format. So here's Smite. Feels very clunky. This is really the low end of removal, and I would place it as a 6 to 8 pick. That is how low I'm rating it. It felt worse than, a lot worse actually, than Avenging Arrow. So it is maybe even lower. And now comes the complicated card. Death's Approach. Maybe I should just have left it for the Damier player. In Orzhov, it became a minigame that was hard to win, even with a lot of other removal. Increases a lot with incidental mill, but even with 3 grind cards, I had a hard time enabling it. So, where do we rate it? I say it's a very powerful card. 35th pick in Damier, 5th to 7th pick in Orzhov. That's what I'm going with right now. So I'd much rather have Devour Flesh, obviously. But do I really want to have Devour Flesh over this in Damier? I want to have both. Balustrade Spy. The 2-power flyer that grinds. So why can't it find it? Why can't the search function find it? Okay, these are black cards, right? No, they are blue cards. So Balustrade Spy. There is. Aha! That explains a thing or two. Balustrade Spy. It's an average guy, they say. Grade C, decent body. LSV is a bit more positive. Seems to do its job. I would place it as a 5th to 7th pick then. So let's hope I'm correct. And here's another card that I am quite disappointed at. But maybe it was just because I never enabled. I never got to do much extorted. Enables extort, but does not do much otherwise. So I would not pick that very high. Of course, extort is nice, but maybe 6th to 9th is pretty low. But Balustrade Spy felt a lot more powerful than a 1-power flyer. Though extort is good. I'm placing it as a 6th to 8th pick. and it's a lot worse than Syndic of Tides. And here's another card I was really disappointed at. Just did not work out. Oh, I think LSV nailed it here. Sacrifice outlets are in high demand this set, so this is more a defender than any sort of combi enabler. It does a decent job of defense, stopping most scouts outright and threatening to trade your worst creature for any ground attacker. It's not the best with it to kill a 4/4 bigger, but at least it gives you the option to do so. And I would say this is a 7 to 9 pick, which is maybe low, but he's a lot worse than Ballista Guards. Daring Skyjet. Daring Skyjet. And there was this 3/1 guy with Vigilance, right, in RTR. And he felt super bad. And this guy feels super good. Amazing in Boros. Very good defender in Orzhov. I think he's just overperforming. He's better than a bear, absolutely, with this ability. And there's also very few ways. There are no pingers. There's it's Bomber Corps, of course, but I think he's really good. I place him as a 5th to 7th pick. And then we have Gutter Skulk. So when you don't get enough Syndics of Tides, you just need to skulk it up. And how high a pick is a Grizzly Bear? Does what you think it does. And I would say it's a 6 to 8 pick. In this format, you need your Grizzly Bears. And that leaves us Kingpin's Pet. This is a Windrake, and it's a Windrake that extorts, and that would be just awesome in a core set. But you know what Vassal Soul did in Return to Ravnica? He was just not that good, and I suppose this guy is exactly under the same threat, but he is supported by the whole Orzhov guild. And you need a 2-power flyer that extorts a beast. I think he's a 2nd to 4th pick. I think he's really good. And I might be overrating him. He's definitely not first pick, so he can only go lower. The next card is Nav Squad Commandos. He has a ballista ability. He has a battalion ability. But it felt more like a Boros, like an Orzhov card. Will do good things in both guilds. Nice curve topper. Having said that, he is 5-drop, and you don't really want 5-drop in this format, so I'm putting him as a 5th to 7th pick. And that was the main deck. I got to play with a few other cards. Still wondering about Midnight Recovery, but there was no game going very long. There really is no card I can say a lot about. Purge the Profane felt very useful, actually. It is a worse Mind Rot, but it is a good worse Mind Rot. Best worse Mind Rot I have ever seen, and in a format where it is often useful. Great sideboard card. That's what I'm saying. I'm settling for an 8th to 10th pick, because it is still situational, and you might top deck it and it might suck. But it felt a lot better than that, but that's probably just because it's shiny. And I didn't play with any of the other cards, so that's how I rate cards after I play. and I suggest if this is a good way for you to learn, do the same. While gathering all these notes from different websites, I learned a lot about the cards, and I will keep learning and update this document. I will include a link to my Return to Ravnica document so you can see the sort of final product and the M13 one. Thank you for watching.